in the back, can you hear me? Okay, so if you can't hear me in the back, just raise your hand, because sometimes I get low. Not often, but I do. But what I was saying was Christmas Day is gone, right? And so it's time we start packing up. It won't be long. If we haven't already started packing up the decorations, the wreaths will come down, right? Christmas trees will come down, right? Lights on the house will sometimes come down. Sometimes we just unplug them and leave them until next year because they're such a pain to put up, right? And so they come down. All the inflatables in the front yard, they usually come down, we're hopeful. And then, you know, like I said, everything gets kind of packed up and put away until next year, right? Got to take down the Christmas tree, the ornaments, wrap. How many of y'all have a favorite ornament on your tree? Anybody? Older people do. Huh? Can't pick one. Got a lot through the years and mean a lot to you. Yeah, some sentimental value. Like when your kids were growing up, sometimes you have an ornament that represents something, or your parents gave you something that represented there. We used to have, I call it a child-proof tree. We'd have all kid ornaments on there so they couldn't break because it gets a little rough at times. And but now I've kind of gone back to what my grandmother had. She had a lot of glass ornaments, and I really like those. I think they're really pretty, but you have to be careful putting them away, right? You got to wrap them in tissue and kind of be careful putting them away. And then, you know, you've got that put away, and then you got to put away your manger scene, right? Put your manger scene out. You know, depending on what you have, we have one made of ceramic, so you got to wrap that, right? You wrap your Mary up, put her in the box, and Joseph and baby Jesus and a cow maybe and a shepherd and a sheep or whatever you got. And then the wise men, right? They all go in the box, but wait a minute. Do the wise men really go in the box? Nope. Come to think of it, Christmas really isn't supposed to be over. You see, the wise men haven't even got to make their appearance yet. You know, we do that in plays where we put them right there with everybody else, but the wise men didn't arrive until sometime later. Excuse me, the traditional celebration of the three wise men arriving is 12 days later, and it's celebrated usually on January 6th. And in some places, that's where they give the gifts out. There are some, my mom's from Cuba, they get one gift on Christmas, but they get the rest of their gifts when the wise men arrive on January 6th. But it's different in different places. But, you know, as we like to shove them all on one stage, you know, at one time during our Christmas pageant, it's more drawn out. You know, we sing the 12 Days of Christmas, that song, that's where it comes from. Did you know that? There's 12 days of Christmas. There's 12 days between Christmas and Epiphany, which is when the three wise men came. And what did they come doing? Came bearing gifts. What else did they come doing?
Came to worship.
Came to worship.
Following a star.
They were following a star. What else?
To see the child.
To see the child. They came seeking, didn't they? They came seeking to find the child. Were they Christians? No such thing as a Christian back then. They weren't even from around those parts. But they knew there was something special. And they followed this star, seeking to find the newborn, what?
King.
The newborn king. Can't hear? Getting, okay. It's not worth hearing anyway. They came and I told you I have a migraine. When I get too loud, it hurts me. Okay? They came seeking, you know, they came seeking to find the child. And you know, we call them wise men, or magi, right? And have you ever seen that sticker, wise men still seek him today? Right? Have you seen that? And I wonder if that's really true. Or I'm really wondering is how many wise men we have left. Or women. Or how many people are actually spending time seeking him anymore. I mean, do you seek him? We're coming up on the end of our chapter 2021, and we're going to start a new chapter in your life. We're going to call it 2022. And it's going to be completely different than 2021 because no day is the same, no minute, no time. It's all different, but you're starting a new chapter in your book. And what I want to ask you is, in this new time, in this new chapter, are you seeking Christ in your life? Is He going to be a part of your story in 2022? And if I ask you, are you seeking Christ? You say, well, I'm here. And it's Sunday, the day after Christmas. I mean, doesn't that say something about me? And it does. It says your parents brought you here. No, it does say something. It says that you came to worship, and I commend you for that. And I'm happy that you're here. But that doesn't do it. It's not a 1 day, 1 hour, 2 hour thing, is it? No, Christianity is a way of life. It should be a part of every aspect of our lives. So when we come seeking, we should not just seek Him for Sunday for 2 hours. We should seek Him in every aspect of our lives, whether it's work or whether it's retirement, whether it's married life or single life, whether it's on the job or in college, no matter where you're at, no matter what you do or what part of your life or what chapter you're writing in your life, you should be seeking God to be a part of that chapter, to be a part of your life. Not just sometimes, not just when it's convenient, not just when I think about it, but we should be striving, thinking, seeking the Christ child each and every day. Shouldn't we?
Yep.
Isn't that what we're called to do? Do we need to be reminded of that occasionally? Sometimes more than once a day, maybe? Sometimes more than once an hour? Sometimes minutes go by. And don't feel bad because we all need that. We all need to be reminded. We all need sometimes to be bumped or pushed and say, hey, is that really what Christ would do? Are we living out a life that would be pleasing to God if the truth be told? If someone watched you every day, all day, would they know you were a Christian? What's the saying? If you were accused of being a Christian, would there be enough evidence to convict you? You know? Would there be enough evidence by the way you live your life to convict you? That's scary, isn't it? I would hope so. I would hope so. That's one of the times you want to be convicted. But I look at the world today and I see that there's not a lot of people, or there's a whole lot of people who aren't wise, who aren't seeking Christ to be a part of their lives. And you can tell that by the way that society is evolving in the direction that it's going in, that we're calling bad good and good bad, and it's upside down, and our culture seems to just be in this state of chaos. And I would like to invite you as Christians to make sure that you stay anchored in the Word, that you stay anchored in Christ, that you not get caught up in the culture of today that says if it feels good, do it. It doesn't matter who it hurts. If it's good for you, then it's good. Because in reality, we're all in this together. We're all in this together. We're in one place, planet Earth, and the real reality of it is nobody gets out alive. Okay? So we have to live with each other. So why not be kind to each other? Why not stop being selfish? Start being compassionate. Why not take time to think of others instead of just ourselves? What is your chapter going to look like? Is it going to look like you're seeking Christ? Is it going to look like you found Christ? Is it going to look like He lives within you each and every day? Is it? Or is it going to look like maybe you kind of, sort of, almost found Christ? That He's almost, maybe, kind of, sort of part of your life? that maybe he has a foothold somewhere, but you can't tell that he actually is in control of the mountain, right? You know, we say that we give our lives to Christ, that you come forward and you say, I want to give my life to Christ, I want to be baptized, and I want to surrender all. You know, a lot of times we come forward to that song, I surrender all, and we come forward and we're baptized, and we just want to, we're fired up. And we want to be Christians, but the question is, do we surrender all? Do we really do that, or is it just words that we come out of our mouth and are never lived out? You know, we're just getting over a big meal probably yesterday. How many of you have pie? Anybody have pie? Pie. What's your name, young lady?
Jesse.
Jesse? What kind of pie did you have?
Apple.
Apple pie. Okay, Jesse. I'm gonna kind of pick on you, but not really, for a minute. Jesse, if I brought you a nice big apple pie, and I told you it was yours, okay? And then I cut you a nice slice. Do you want ice cream on it?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna get some ice cream. Ronnie gave you the ice cream, so we're gonna get you some ice cream. But that apple pie slice is yours. And then I take that and I give that to you. And then I take the rest of the pie. Is that pie yours? Well,
The rest of the pie?
yeah, I gave you the whole pie, but I'm gonna keep it.
He's the Indian giver.
Well, what if I give you 2 slices with 2 scoops of ice cream, and I keep the rest of the pie? No. How about I give you half the pie and 3 scoops of ice cream, and I keep the pie? That's my best deal. I'm picking on you, but the point I'm trying to make is, you know, we come to God and we say, you know, I'm going to give you the pie. I'm giving you all myself, and here's your slice. And I'm going to keep the rest. Don't we? I'm not sure how the ice cream actually plays into it, but it sounds good with pie, though, right? But the truth of the matter is that, you know, we're called to be different. And when we say we're going to give ourselves to Christ, then we need to give ourselves to Christ. Not 1 slice, not 2 slices, not 3 slices or half, not 3/4. The whole pie. The whole pie. All of ourselves. In other words, when we're reflecting God's love into other people's lives, we don't do it sometimes or part-time or when it's convenient. We do it when? All the time. All the time. Every day. In every way. What about the other people who are mean to me? Do I got to be nice to them? Yes, you do. That's hard, I know. Nobody said it was easy. I never told you that, guy. Never told you it was going to be easy. Never, ever. It's not there. It's not there. But what is there is to love people, to love your neighbor. You know? It's there. That's what you're called to do. That's what I'm called to do. That's what we're called to do. Right? And it doesn't matter where you're at in life, you're going to turn the pages here in a couple days. Next time I see you, we'll be in a new year. A new chapter will have begun. And what's your story going to say? Well, I don't know. I don't know either. It's a new year. It's a new chapter. But when should I start writing? When would you like to start writing? Can I go ahead and start writing it now? Sure. You could have your new chapter start today or tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I don't know why you would put it off. Do you? You know, a lot of times we put things off that shouldn't be put off, don't we? We say, I'll get to it. To it. Who was it? Jim. Gave me one round to it, right? One of those round things that has to it written on it. So when you get around to it, was it Charles or anyway? Somebody gave me one. So now you can never say I'll get around to it because you have it, right? But we shouldn't put off things that are important. Let me ask you this. If if the doctor told you you had an aggressive cancer that needed to be operated on, would you sit there and say, well, you know, I got a baseball game on Sunday, so that's not going to work. That's not good for me. And I play cards on Tuesday, that's not going to work. I don't know. If I can do something with the boys on Wednesday, I don't know when I can fit you in. Maybe a month from Sunday. How's that work? Is that how you would react to that? Is that how you would want to get that scheduled? No. You'd want that out of your body as quickly as you could. Would you not? I would. I'd say, how about now? Can we get it done in the next 15 minutes? I mean, how long is it going to take you to scrub up? Because I'm ready. I don't want anything that bad in me. Right? Right?
Yep.
So if that's the case, and you would treat something physically like that, how much more important is it to be active and be aggressive in something that may be detrimental to you spiritually? So if you have something in you that's separating you from Christ, separating you from being who Christ would have you to be, wouldn't it make sense to be aggressively trying to get that out of you? To cut off more of that pie. If you can't hand the whole pie, at least give a bigger slice. I mean, some people just have a hard time letting go of the pie. But you need to be each day seeking to give all you can. You should give all of it. You should give all of yourself. And I know that's going to be hard. Why is it going to be hard? Give you one word starts with a P. Somebody tell me. Second letter, R. Third letter, I.
Pride.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Pride. Our pride won't let us do it. Because, God, you know, I know you hung the stars and you created the earth and you parted the Red Sea and saved the Israelites. And I know you saved Daniel in that lion's den and stuff. But, you know, I don't know if I can trust you with my little problem. So I need to hold on to that myself. You know, you might be too busy, right? How silly is that? Is that the God you believe in? You see, my God's way bigger than that. My God's way bigger than that. And He loves each and every one of you. And He's bigger than that. But you got to quit looking at His toe and see the whole picture. Pick your heads up and see what's there. Because there's much more than what you're viewing right now. You know, it's all a matter of what you're seeing. What you experience is what you see. Amen? And if you're looking down here and only seeing God's foot, then you're not experiencing the rest of it. What I'm inviting you to do is to see the whole God. Don't put Him in a little box. Say you can't. Because He can't. You can't. But He can't. You can't. But He can't. Who can?
He can't.
He can. Who can? We can. He can. He's bigger. He's bigger than that. But you have to trust Him. You have to be able to let go of the pie. Give Him the whole pie. Experience the joy that comes from trusting God with something and seeing what He'll do with it. It's amazing. If you've never done it, try it. It's amazing. Simply amazing. So how do I get started doing this? How are we going to change tomorrow from where we are today? How do you do it? So this is great words, preacher. How do I get the rest of that pie? How do we do it? Starts when you wake up.
Pray.
Pray. Start your day in prayer. It doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out prayer. It doesn't have to be some pastor prayer that takes 40 minutes of the service and you're wondering if it's ever going to end. It doesn't have to be that. Say a quick prayer. God, thanks for waking me up. Thanks for getting me out of bed. Man, I can get out of bed on my own. That's great. You know how many people can't? We don't realize that. When I was young, like these young ladies here, I could get out of bed, jog, I could run, I could jump high, I could do a lot of things. I can't do any of that stuff. I can get out of bed by myself. But beyond that, I can't run. Building's on fire. Just hope it doesn't catch me, because it's just, there's things you can't do anymore. What I'm saying is, be grateful for what you have. You know, some of those attributes that you have, you won't always have. Be glad you have them today. They're blessings. They're truly blessings. And even us, you know, I have some aches and pains, but some of my aches and pains aren't nearly as bad as Joe's, right? So there's always something to be thankful for. You know, there's always something to be thankful for. And as bad as Joe is, he's not having those aches and pains in a third world country. You know, there's always something to be thankful for. So make sure when you get up in the morning, thank God. As you go throughout the day, look for God in the things you see around you. Experience God daily, all day. See the beauty He provides. See the opportunity He provides you. You know, chances to be kind to somebody, not because they're going to do something for you, but because it's the right thing to do. To just be kind. If we could just be kind and love other people, strangers, people we don't know, if we could just be kind, you could change the world. How many of you during this holiday season experienced somebody who was mean-spirited? You saw them in line, right? Yeah. You saw them in line at the grocery store or somewhere. They were fighting over the last, you know, whatever game is the thing now. There's only, you know, there's 2 of them left and they needed both of them or whatever it is. I mean, there are people out there. Road rage. You know, you're in my lane. How dare you cut me off? You know, it's all around us. But what if we were kind? What if we didn't use sign language? You know, even in our head, sometimes we use sign language, right? What if we didn't use sign language? We would make the world a better place. And if you don't know where to start, and you can't get up, you don't know where to start in prayer, then come here. Come here. Find you a book you like, whatever it is, and start reading it. And see how, and then pray about it, and see how it speaks to you. See how it speaks to you. Because I guarantee you it will. But you can't pray and walk away. You know, if we're having a conversation and all I do is talk, and you just sit there and listen, was that a conversation? No. That was a lecture. That was a lecture. And a lot of times I think we spend time lecturing God. We go, we speak, we tell Him what we want, and then we say, sayonara. Be here tomorrow. I got another list for you. Right? Take time to hear what God has to say to you. Enjoy the day. You know, I think if we do those things, if we spend time in prayer, we spend time with God, we look for our opportunities, and we spend time in His Word, and just enjoying the blessings that God has for us, our chapters are going to look a whole lot different. Every word, every sentence, every paragraph, every line will be reflecting God's love for humanity as shown through us and our lives. Because we all have a goal, I think, that when we get to the final words of our book, somewhere here at the end, I think we all want to hear those same words. Well done, good and faithful servant. Well done. And all God's people said, Amen.